Hi, this is Dave Searles from the Jones & Horan Auction Company. I'm going to describe just briefly a few of our highlights for our upcoming sales this year. First of all, in our May sale, we have this important Dent minute repeating perpetual calendar with spring detent chronometer tourbillon escapement. Just a simply wonderful thing that was made by Nicole Nielsen. Minute repeating, slide activated, keyless fusee with wind indicator, perpetual calendar dial which perpetually self-adjusts for New Year's, and then the 1 minute rotating tourbillon carriage that we see in the back of the watch here, just to give you a brief look, known as a Type 2 Nicole Nielsen tourbillon carriage. Very, very rare to find in a spring detent escapement. So that's one of our major highlights. The next highlight from nearly the same run of watches from MF Dent in London, slightly later, Grand and Petite Sonnery minute repeating clock watch, 2-train, also with perpetual calendar. This one has a simple lever escapement that is free sprung. Again, a product of the Nicole Nielsen Company, and all of those figures are confirmed in the records that were published by Vaudrey Mercer in his book on Dent. But this is a particularly massive watch, a couple millimeters wider than the other watch at 67 millimeters, and actually weighs over 10 troy ounces. A magnificent thing. Then our next watch is a minute repeater. The base producer for this was H.R. Ekegren. We have letters in to find out if this might have gone through the auspices of another company. But this watch was owned by a Mr. Glidden, who was quite a pioneer in the automotive business and the electrical business. And pictured on the dial is his wife. Glidden and his wife were the first people to go around the world in an automobile in 1902. So the watch was specially made for his very special needs. It's a split-second chronograph with 2 time zones that can be independently set. And the split-second chronograph, there's a double tachymeter scale which actually measures speeds from about 35 miles per hour to about 105 miles per hour, which would have been in the range for his race car style driving that he did very early on in the auto industry. Quite a remarkable person. We have more history online about him. And the next watch I'd like you to see is this wonderful coach-sized English watch that has fully skeletonized verge fusee movement, has pink sapphire set borders front and back. It's sweep second with gold poker and beetle hands. Just in incredible condition, very, very lovely, by Grantham of London. Quite a watch and just great condition. The one thing that's unusual about this balance cock is that it actually has the regulator mounted on the balance cock, which is a very, very lovely feature. Another watch we have for our May sale is an Albert Potter. This one was made for Fritz Piguet and Bachmann in Geneva, but it has calendar. It has the classic 3/4 plate or half plate, half split plate, A-Bosch, you might call it, that Potter was famous for. And both its contract number and its type number are 5 serial numbers apart from an identical watch with calendar that is in the Gert Ahrens collection and documented in the book Die Taschen Uhrsammlung von Gert Ahrens by Christian Pfeiffer Belli. Just a wonderful example. We had number 20 at our auction sale a little while back, and here we have yet another example. This one's in gold, while the Ahrens example is in silver. Next item to show you is a Patek Philippe minute repeater. Classic minute repeater, made around 1915. The mechanism was at least made around 1915, but it appears to have perhaps remained in stock. We're going to confirm this. It probably remained in stock unsold and was ordered through Tiffany and sold and presented in 1952. Hence it has a 1950s period dial as opposed to having the white enamel dial that it might have had originally. So a very interesting watch. Again, just absolutely top quality, beautiful presentation to a gentleman, and splendid mechanism, just in wonderful condition with beautiful sound. Then for our Chinese market, we have this wonderful Fleurier type Chinese market enamel. It's a silver gilt case, sweep second, has all the classic features that one expects to see: the spring-loaded dust cover with very decorative mechanism, Chinese duplex escapement, just in really wonderful condition. The enamel is quite charming. It's a beautiful large watch, and these items were extremely popular, exported from Switzerland, from Beauvais and Fleurier, Switzerland, most typically, with Chinese character marks that actually sound like Beauvais. So it's a wonderful piece. Got a few little split pearls missing, but the enamel is in terrific condition, and the rest of the watch is good. And the final little sample from our coming sale is this gorgeous Edwardian to Deco period brooch and watch ensemble. Very high-grade Swiss watch, platinum and diamond case for the watch, 18-karat white gold and diamond pin. They may be matched together. They may have been separately contracted. The pin itself is a little more of the Edwardian style, whereas the watch itself is a bit more of the Deco style. But be that as it may, just make a wonderful pairing and absolutely beautiful pin. It's interesting to note that the two central diamonds are matched, and so it makes for a lovely thing, and that leads one to suspect that it was intended to be together. For our fall sale coming up, just a couple of things in thus far that I wanted to show you. One is a watch with all the bells and whistles for those who like aesthetic watches. This is a minute repeating automaton that is a wonderful 18-karat gold hunter case with beautiful polychrome enamel, made for the Indian market, and it has the spectacular dial with standing jacquemart figures, as they're called, that appear to strike as the watch strikes. So it strikes the hours, the quarters, and then the minutes after the quarter. Beautiful rose gold figures with matching rose gold hands, and a stunning little enamel dial in the center. All of that on a deeply blued field, which makes the rose gold figures really stand out. So that's just about as nice as you get for a fancy and decorative minute repeater. And the condition is quite wonderful, just the slightest bit of case wear to it. And then, not to bore you with too many tourbillons, but coming up in our fall sale is yet another wonderful tourbillon escapement, 1 minute tourbillon. This being the Type 1 tourbillon by Reinhard Meiss's system, made by Nicole Nielsen. It's English, 3/4 plate, unsigned for some reason. It was prepared perhaps for a company or prepared for a private request, and sometimes private contracts would not want to have anything written on a watch whatsoever. They would just want to enjoy the quality of the watch. It's a 1 minute lever tourbillon escapement, and just absolutely stunning. Again, with the Horan case letter telling us that it was made by Nicole Nielsen, Horan being Robert Benson North, the owner or director of Nicole Nielsen around the time of product. So, another beautiful high-grade tourbillon watch for our spring sale. Our fall sale. So there you have it. There's a nice little preview and sampling of some of the things that we have coming up this year, and we hope many of you will be able to make it to our previews and see some of these things in person, and perhaps take them home. Thank you very much.